Akari.
Well, great to see her in top form already after not playing much in the Reinforced Conference and not at all almost in the Invitational Conference because of a grade 3 ankle sprain. In the meantime, Janine Marciano also getting her best form as well. Double-digit scoring for the Chargers in that loss against the Flying Titans.
That's right, Janine Marciano, the only other lone double-digit scorer in that game against Chocomucho. Also, she was the needed support by Dindin Manabat with 12 points, but still not enough, to get a first match win. But definitely, Janine Marciano will be expected to bring a lot on the plate here for Akari today.
Both players were very efficient from the field. 35% efficiency for Janine Marciano, 33% for Dindin Manaba Santiago. They're going to need some support. Like what we mentioned, they can't be the only two players in double digits for the Chargers each game because they're going to struggle against so many talented teams in the All-Filipino Conference. In the meantime, let's talk about the Cargo Movers. This is a loaded team in terms of offensive talent, so much experience. And let's talk about their defense and offense. And it all starts with Don Macandili doing Don Macandili things. And one of their new additions, Myla Pablo, taking the team and their opponents by storm with a terrific performance.
That's right. Well, we all know, of course, what Don Macandili can do, and she has really shown that in that game. And she's really all over the place as expected. With 35 excellent digs and 10 receptions, she's the #1 digger so far after one game of F2. And cannot expect anything less, of course, from Don Macandili.
And you don't usually see 35 digs in a game, but that was a 5-setter, so that you can explain that. But still, that's an enormous number, but not surprising for somebody with that defensive caliber like Don Macandili. So expect her to really be on the ball as well today. In the meantime, Myla Pablo exploding for 21 points in that 5-set win versus the high-speed hitters.
That's right, Myla Pablo is blending very well here with F2 and scored 21 big points, and definitely she has shown, the advantage of having her as part of F2. And 21 points came from 20 attacks, 1 services. And not only that, because she also did very well in the non-scoring department with 9 digs and 8 receptions. And that definitely helped them a lot in that 5-set match.
And that output put her right up top, 7th in scoring so far early in the 2023 All-Filipino Conference. So really going to be a good game for the fans to see Manabat, Santiago, Pablo, and so many others figure in this battle. In the meantime, let's go to Franny. Franny, we have some players talking about their hopes and their dreams as well, as it's still very early in the season, so you want to find out what's on their mind.
Yes, it's a new season, a new year, so a lot of possibilities for the different players that we have here in the conference. So let's watch this.
Hi, I'm Michelle Cobb, the captain of the Akari Chargers.
Hi guys, I'm Danny Ravena, jersey number 21 from the Akari Chargers.
Hi, I'm Abby Marano, team captain of the F2 Logistics Cargo Movers.
Hi, I'm Kennedy from the F2 Logistics Cargo Movers.
I think ngayon, this year, I expect myself to be better and to get that rhythm back.
Compared to last year, this year I'm looking forward to really developing my skills as an athlete and as an individual first, because now I'm hungrier than ever to really compete and to really show out. I hope 2023, career-wise, I don't know how long I'm still gonna play volleyball, but I still want to keep improving until I can and hopefully help the team this season.
This year, gusto kong makamit na makabalik kami sa championship shape.
I'd say 2023 would be a successful year if we earned a championship under our belt. Kasi, it would mean history, syempre.
Since nadagdagan rin kami ng mga veterans and seniors, we know we're gonna blend and we're gonna work well with each other because it's a perfect balance now. May mga ates kami, at the same time, may mga young ones rin na really ready to step up. 2023 will be a success for me if we win a championship.
Champion team talaga si F2. Pumasok yung madaming mga challenges, nandiyan yung injuries. So this year, sana ma-redeem namin yung selves namin as champions.
ultimately these two teams have the same goal, that championship, but they're two very different stories. Akari Chargers, the newbies entering their second year, and F2 Cargo Logistics Movers, the veterans hoping to get back into their rhythm so that they can get back into the championship form. And we look forward, of course, to our fans watching to join in on the conversation. We'd love to hear your reaction, so tweet us using hashtag PVLAFC2023. And we know you guys are looking out or eager to watch some of our players. So Ivy, who do you think our watchers at home should watch out for?
You know, that's really hard to choose because there's so many good players out there that they should watch out for. But, you know, I'm sure they have their own favorites. But I'd rather not say who mine is. I just want to play safe.
Well, what you should remember is the last time these two teams met was in the reinforced conference, a 4-set win, an upset by the Chargers versus the Cargo Movers. What will happen today? Their first meeting in the All-Filipino Conference. We'll find out when we return right here on One Sports.
Presenting our officials of this match. First referee, National Referee Jeffrey Barrientos. Second referee, International Referee Candidate Giovanni Paulo Vargas. Introducing the starters for Akari Chargers. Starting off with their team captain, jersey number 6, Michelle Cobb. At number 2, Trisha May Genesis. Jersey number 7, Krish Makaslang. At number 9, Janine Marciano. Jersey number 10, Princess Madrigal. At number 16, Aliona Santiago Manabat. First libero is number 1, Sheila Marie Pineda. Head coach is George De Brito. And now, calling on the starters for F2 Logistics Cargo Movers. Starting off with their team captain, number 2, Abigail Maraño. At number 3, Ivy Laksina. Jersey number 4, Victonara Galang. At jersey number 8, Myla Pablo. Jersey number 9, Kim Fajardo. Jersey number 13, Kim Kiana D. Starting libero is number 5, Don Macandili. Head coach is Regine Diego. This game is under supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusement Board. Good luck.
Starting lineup for Coach Jorge Sosa de Brito. Major shakeup here. Jaja Maraginot will not start. They're gonna put in Genesis,
Trisha
as
Genesis.
well, and no Joe Maraginot on the floor. Michelle Cobb will be starting setter. In the meantime, it's the same 6 for rookie PVL coach Regine Diego. And remember, 3 players in that lineup in double digits in the last game. 11 points. Abby Maraño, 21 for Myla Pablo, and Kim D with 17.
Pretty exciting match we have here. We have to remember Akari came from a 3-set loss, so we are sure that they are here. You know, they want to redeem themselves. And F2, in the meantime, of course, would want to maintain that winning streak. It was not an easy 5-set match for F2.
But you also have to admire, be impressed with their resilience. They had a 2-0 advantage.
Right. Lost
the next 2 sets and then bounced back big time in set number 5, 16-14, an extended one. But what you do have to question, the big question mark for the Cargo Movers is the 36 errors they committed against the high-speed hitters.
That's right, and that's a quite, you know, although it's a 5-set match, but 36 errors is quite a lot. And definitely, if you know, if they're going up against Akari, they would not want to commit as much errors today.
In the meantime, speaking of the Chargers, they need to be better at the net. No blocks in that 3-set loss against the Flying Titans. 0 blocks for them. And you have Kritch Makaslang, you have Manabat, Santiago, very formidable players in front.
That's right, that's right. And that's one of the things that has been missing, you know, in their last match. And the attacks were there, basically, but it has been the defense that faltered for Akari and has cost them that match.
Now, Ivy, tell us a little about this, the matchup between the coaches. You have veteran head coach coaching a young team, Olympic experience, Jorge Sosa de Brito, and of course, a lot of collegiate experience, but first time in the pros for Regine Diego and coaching the Cargo Movers. That's
right. You know, I think big shoes to fill here for Coach Regine, but you know, probably what she lacks in experience in terms of coach, and as we look at the resume, of course, of the Akari head coach, is that you know, she has been with the F2 team for quite a while. So I think that might also help in her coaching duties.
Well, Coach Diego also played for LaSalle back in the day. Was teammates actually with Behag and Maraño at one point from 06 to 09, as both teams with service errors to start things off. One from Cobb and another here on the other side of the net from Laxina. She also, speaking of Coach Diego, also coached the girls team of National University and Palarong Pambansa Calabarzon girls team as well. So she's had extensive coaching experience. As you see, Maraño on the quick attack there. And Trisha Genesis sends that one wide.
Genesis trying to avoid the hands of the blocker, but she sees 2 tall blockers in front of her.
Genesis only 4 points in that loss versus the Flying Titans. Did not play in the first set, came off the bench in the second and started in the third. Kim D, 17 points, started in all 5 sets, was 34% from the field. Almost, just not quite on the serve. Another service error, so this is back-to-back.
That's right, 2 service errors now for F2 Logistics. And that's 2 free points on the scoreboard for the Akari Chargers.
So it's 2-all. Kritch Makaslang did not score, played in 3 sets, was a starter. Ooh, wow. Both teams have not served a good one to start off the opening set as we check in with Franny Reyes.
We're seeing that both teams here need some time to adjust in this first set, and that's actually what Akari aims to do after their loss against the Chocomucho Flying Titans. I talked to Erica Raagas, and she told me that one of their new veterans, Bang Pineda, had some words of wisdom. She told them that one game does not define the team's turnout this conference. this or that game was a chance for them to be better as individuals and as a team. And they took that to training to be even better for this game against the F2 Logistics Cargo Movers. She told me that the keys to improving that they've been working on are communication and playing efficiently while also being more aggressive so that they have more a sense of urgency. And let's see if this will be the key to them getting their first win. Back to the panel.
All right, thank you, Franny. Well, right now, this team, with these additions to the lineup, including Manabat, Santiago, I mean, you can see that they want to be contenders. They finished 8th in the Open Conference in 2022 as D will score on the push. Both teams really didn't fare well in the Open Conference as we take another look at different angles. Should have been an easy pickup there for Bang Pineda. Cargo Movers finished 6th out of 9 teams in the Open Conference. And like I mentioned, the Chargers finished 8th. The last place team, if you're wondering, are the Lady Troopers. Laksina. Good dig by Marciano. Here comes Manabat, Santiago. Picked up by Galang. Back row for D. Pineda doing a great job defending. Marciano attacking. D will set it up. There's a net touch going to be called against the Chargers.
There's a net touch. All on Akari Chargers.
Let's take a look at that once again. There's a net touch.
That's going to be on Princess Madrigal. Scored 3 points and started in all sets in that loss against the Flying Titans. But there's a challenge here. The first one of the opening set.
The challenge is a net touch on the side of F2.
That's very odd. A net touch called against the Chargers, but they're now challenging if there's a net touch by the opposing team. So there was an initial net touch first on the attack, on the offense.
Challenge is unsuccessful.
We'll get an explanation in just a little bit. But right now, the Cargo Movers up by 2 after a service ace by Chang Abi.
Well, reception will be very important here for Akari. They would like to maximize all the attackers that they have.
Two-time UAAP MVP, Abi Maranyo. Battle at the net. That's won by former Lady Spiker setter Michelle Cobb. Trisha Genesis skipping 3 years of UAAP eligibility to turn pro. Coming off a 4-point performance. Great pass by Makandili. And an easy put away. Ivy Laksina.
Perfect pass, perfect set, and resulted to a perfect attack.
Now she's another player who skipped a couple of years of eligibility to turn pro after giving National University championship after a 65-year drought. As you see, Kim Fajardo serving. Difficult setup there for Cobb as the pass was a little too high. A lot of errors to start the opening set for the Chargers. They're down by 4 against the Cargo Movers opening set. All right, let's take a look at our PVL watch. New blood, new bite. As both teams were from National University, Lady Bulldogs.
That's right, and of course we know that both of these players are the proud products of NU and have brought a lot of pride to the school. But they're now head-on, face-to-face, going up against each other. Both of these players have had an experience with the championship here in the PVL. They both also were awarded conference MVPs. But you know, they bring different things to the plate here for both of these teams. Dindin Manabat, of course, has been solid leadership, the leadership skills, and definitely what she'll be bringing here to Akari. Meanwhile, Myla Pablo, that energy, that Myla Pablo energy, kaya nga tinawag na Bagyong Pablo eh. So definitely, those are the things, and two different things, but very key for both of these teams.
Madrigal coming off an attack point. Getting ready to serve here. Princess Madrigal, former FEU Lady Tamaraw. Another service error. That's a lot of service errors for the Chargers in the opening set, Ivy.
3 service errors already for Akari.
So 3 of the 9 points of the Cargo Movers were freebies.
Serving for F2 Logistics.
A nice tip. Oh, perfect position there for Janine Marciano.
Well, Kim Pardo almost had a hand at that. Let's take a look at that attack.
Marciano coming off a 12-point performance. Started in all sets. One of the more experienced players for the Chargers. One of the ates of the team. Tough pass to handle for Kim Pardo. So 2 straight points here for the Chargers. This is a 3-1 run in favor of Cobb and the Chargers. They are within 2 now. Michelle Cobb also skipped her final year of eligibility. Returned pro, former DLSU setter. Manabat Santiago with the tip. Makandili right there. That was behind Kim D, the set. Cobb, the back set, back to Manabat Santiago, down the line. Makandili picking it up. Laksina with a tip. Diving is Bang Pineda. Chance ball here for the Cargo Movers. Fajardo, a combination play. Marciano, yes! This is now a 4-1 run by the Chargers.
And you know, if you have Janine Marciano attacking, you really have to keep that block very tight.
Serving to tie at 9 in the opening set, Michelle Cobb. Not a good pass there, a rare miscue for Makandili. Back row attack from Pablo. Cobb back to Manabat Santiago. Pablo with the underhand set. D. It's picked up by Genesis. Marciano again. Pablo picking it up. Galang. What a diving dig there for Bang Pineda. Marciano again. Block. Cobb. Manabat Santiago. Cross court. She clips the line and ties the game.
Excellent hit by Manabat. Let's take a look at that set. Cobb at that. Look at the angle.
Yeah.
Dindin Manabat, and that just flips the line.
And beautiful setting as well by Cobb.
Right.
She's been going on from one side to another, and I'm sure Ivy Laksina is pretty tired right now. She's covering both sides.
Oh, that's true. And I think, you know, Akari has already identified that blocking can be one of the, of course, strong points here for F2.
Makandili with the dig. Galang with the tip. Marciano was right there. Cobb one-handed set. Manabat Santiago. It's dug up by Fajardo. Here's D on the attack. Down the line. Oh, Pineda with a beautiful dig. Marciano is rejected. Genesis with the up. Chance ball for the Cargo Movers. Makandili will play setter. D. A beautiful exchange here. What a rally. Manabat Santiago. Yes! Oh! 6-1 run
by the Chargers, and they take the lead 10-9.
Excellent defense and offense being played by both of these teams. You can see how tired everybody is right now.
I mean, both teams playing excellent floor defense and excellent offense as well. It's just the Chargers right now, they get the better of the Cargo Movers in the end game.
For long rallies, and this is just the start of the first set. We're not even halfway the first set.
That's right. Fajardo. Laksina rejected. Oh, wow. 7 unanswered points by the Chargers. And finally, Coach Diego will call a timeout. Take a look at the defense here. We were talking about the offense. Now net defense being displayed by the Chargers. We'll listen to the Cargo Movers timeout.
Pag umatras si Bang, pwede mo nang i-drop, pero kailangan niya magpasa. Okay? Si Ate Din, si Din, papaluin lang niyan cross. You know why? Kasi nakakuha ni Don. Natindihan niyo? So, kailangan maayos yung depensa niyo doon sa side. Doon sa
May long shot.
Yung check ball. Usap. 5 yun. Kasi nag-stop kayo. Dapat mas gusto niyo to.
Guys, tayo natin to. F2! Gamutin natin.
So give us the breakdown, Ivy. What's happened in the last few plays?
Well, you see, we really have to commend the defense of both of these teams, you know, but you can see that F2 has kept certain areas open in their defense, and that's what Coach Regina has been saying, you know, Din would always go cross, and those are the open spots in the defense of F2.
11-9 is the score in favor of Akari.
A 2-point lead for the Chargers after trailing by as many as 4 points. Great pass by Makandili. A tip there, blocked by Manabat Santiago. Galang down the line. That finally stops the bleeding and ends the 7-1 run by the Chargers.
Good attack from Galang. Akari thinking that she would go cross court.
23-year-old Ivy Laksina. Cobb goes to Manabat Santiago. Wow, I mean, she is playing really high-level volleyball to start the All-Filipino Conference.
And we don't really expect it as much, of course, from Din. Good hit.
And she's saying to the media, she's not even 100%. She's saying maybe 70, 80% when she was asked, because that grade 3 ankle sprain really set her back. As you see Kim D's score, she didn't play at all in the Invitational and sparingly in the Reinforced Conference, talking about Manabat Santiago.
But the way she has been playing so far, first game and this game, you know, looks like she's almost there in the top 4. So if this is not top form yet, then...
Yeah, scary.
Oh, yeah, that's scary. That's true.
Here's 3-time UAAP champion Kim D with the serve. Makaslang is rejected. And Maraño doing what she does best at the net.
Good net defense there from F2 Logistics.
Maraño with 3 blocks in that 5-set win against the high-speed hitters. Not a good pass by Marciano. Genesis Pablo picking it up. Maraño on the attack. Wow, back-to-back points for Abby Maraño, and she is fired up.
Good play there from F2. Take a look at that once again. Only one blocker going up against Abby Maraño.
You love the passion and the energy she brings on the floor.
And she has been very consistent with that.
Yeah. And that put the Cargo Movers on top, 13-12 here in the opening set. Chance ball for the Cargo Movers. Fajardo, D. Oh, difficult set there. There's a net touch going to be called against Cobb. The passing has not been ideal. There's several occasions we've seen Cobb either was forced to do a one-handed set or was rushing to the net.
And in the last few sequences, actually, poor passing of Akari has led to this lead by F2.
Timeout here by Coach De Brito. We'll listen in.
Look at him. Back. 5-2 over. Okay. Well, hey, Genesis. Genesis. We told you. Okay. Jump early. Okay. Also, you are here. Perfect to set. Come here, not perfect, but you're under the ball. Put the perfect there. Push there. Jing, the ball is good. Go jump. It's different than only push. Just go there and push there. Okay? Keep on playing. Yeah. I tell you out or not. I tell you. Okay? I call you.
Manabat Santiago with 4 points, leading the way for the Chargers in the opening set. They find themselves down by 2 after leading by as many as 2. There's Dina Wong. They'll figure in a big Valentine's matchup against the Cool Smashers on Tuesday at the Big Dome. We hope to see you there. Nice pass. Manabat Santiago down the line. That's what happens when you give Cobb a good pass. They can orchestrate the offense much more efficiently.
That's right. We did Manabat. You can really see, if you watch live, how fast her attacks are.
So Pritch Makaslang, a former Lady Falcon. Ooh. That's going to be service error number 2 for Pritch Makaslang.
So I think we know what they would be working on when they go back to training.
There's Miss Everything, Cha Behag. And if you're wondering why she's Miss Everything, during her UAAP career, she played just about every position except libero. And was very good at it, as Manabat Santiago once again, back-to-back points for her. How efficient is Manabat Santiago? I mean, already with 6 points. And we're just about halfway here in the opening set.
That's right. You can really see her game face here. She really wants this match.
Ooh. Wow.
That's the 5th for Akari.
Yeah. Second technical timeout, 2-point lead for the Cargo Movers. Back here at the Phil Sports Arena, Jamie La Victoria on the right, and of course Miko Halili. They're part of the panel of Signal. There's Majoy Baron, Shola Alvarez, Majoy Baron undergoing PRP, platelet-rich therapy. And she's going to be back, apparently, according to Coach Diego, next game. Laure. Oh, sorry, EJ Laure on your screens. Shola Alvarez, ankle sprain. There is no timetable for her return, in case the fans are wondering when Shola's going to be back.
You know, with these injuries, you really have to take care of it and not rush back. You know.
2-point lead for the Cargo Movers. Genesis. Fajardo. There's Laxina, dug up by Pineda. And Jaja Maraginot is in the game for the first time. There's Soyut as well. Kim D. Outside. Nope, there's a check ball. That's a point for the Cargo Movers. Not a good pass there by Genesis. She gets it back. This is going to be a chance ball, but everybody backing away. And Maraño unable to get to it.
A bit of lack of communication on the side of F2.
This was a golden opportunity. Ivy to set one up.
That's right.
So it's just a 2-point game. Too strong a pass. Oh! Yes. Practically the same thing happened.
That's right.
For the Chargers.
Well, this time around for Akari, there was nobody who actually attempted to save the ball.
And that's pretty odd for both teams who played excellent defense, especially, you know, 6 points ago when they were exchanging shots in the rally. There's Fajardo with a service error. Only the third service error for the Cargo Movers. 5 service errors already for the Chargers.
But you know, technically this is a close match. You know, those service errors may cost any of these teams, so they have to find a way to solve that problem early on.
Pablo knocks one in. Myla Pablo, former best spiker in season 75 of the UAAP. Marciano off speed, picked up by Galang. Fajardo sets it up, back row for Pablo. Excellent dig by Joe Maraguinot, who's in the game for the first time. Cross-court attack picked up by Macandili. Going to be a chance ball for the Chargers. Soyud and Makaslang will score.
That hit off the block. Little miscommunication on the side of Myla Pablo and Don Macandili.
Despite the changes, though, in the lineup, but it's still a 2-point lead for the Cargo Movers. So Coach De Brito will bring back Cobb and Santiago Manabat. Soyud and Jaja Maraguinot will sit down.
Of course, that's to keep their front liners to 3 attackers.
17 serving 19 opening set. Mitch Cobb and the rest of the Chargers looking for their first win. Meanwhile, the Cargo Movers want to go and win 2 in a row. Galang, picked up by Joe Maraguinot. Santiago Manabat with a tip, dug up by Fajardo. Back row Pablo, blocked by Marciano. Here's D with a push.
Kim D finding that hole in the middle. You can really see how F2 is trying to vary the attacks, you know, trying to make Akari work on the defense.
That's the second timeout now for the Chargers. We'll listen in.
There's one guy here and here. Then I asked you for this one and this one. This is a drop that you have to do, okay? If you are in trouble, put there because there's someone here. That's it. That's it. Hey, Marcy, stay, but don't show going back. I know that she'll be there. I know that you're using, but they don't need to know, okay? Go there. Side out, easy. Let's go, receive first.
Chargers went on a 7-1 run early in the opening set. What do they need to do to overhaul this 3-point deficit late in this first set?
You know, actually the lead of F2 started when F2 started catching up when they had those few sequences of poor passing. You know, so I think moving on, F2 just needs 5 points, but they're still just three points down. They just have to make sure that they have their defense or the reception in place, and just to keep on manning on the floor.
Jesma Ramos, service specialist. Went to Trinity Christian School in high school. Good serve. Santiago Manabat sends it over. Fajardo. Maraño. Marciano doesn't like it, sends it underhand. Fajardo. They go to Pablo, back row. That's outside.
Lucky break there for Akari. But they have been giving too much free balls here in this first set.
Is it still the passing that's causing that, Ivy, the free balls coming from the Chargers?
Well, that's one of the reasons.
Nice tip, but a great save by Cobb. Santiago Manabat. Oh, yes, she is playing so well here in the opening set. 7 points already for Santiago Manabat.
And if Akari would like to have a point, then they would really need to give this to Dindin. So far, Dindin has been very consistent with their attacks. Sixth service error now for Akari.
(21) serving 19. Cobb. Jaja Maraginot to make that Joe Maraginot is rejected. Maybe didn't even cross the net.
It seemed like it hit the tape of the net.
Service lead.
Three-point lead for the Cargo Movers. Cobb. Santiago Manabat. That's picked up by Kim Fajardo, sent over underhand. Another attack, it's good. 8 points already for Dindin.
You can see the variation of the attack of Dindin. This time she tried to go and swipe it once again at that sharp angle to the left.
Two-point game.
And this is an important service for Akari.
And we see Cam Victoria on the floor for the first time. She did not score, came off the bench in that loss versus the Flying Titans. Former Tigress was the 10th best blocker in season 84 of the UAAP. 20 serving 22 opening set. Not a good pass from Galang. Galang gets it back. Nice job at the net by Madrigal. Santiago Manabat, that's gone. She now has 9 points in the opening set, and it's a 1-point game.
And F2 has not yet found the answer against Dindin. He's now down the line in, very sharp.
Chargers making a bit of a run here, Ivy, late in the opening set.
Well, they just have to keep this up and just to make sure, that they're very consistent with their first ball.
1-2 play for Fajardo. Underhand set for Victoria. That goes through. Galang with an off speed. They go back to Santiago Manabat, and this time she's blocked by Maraño.
And while we know that Dindin is scoring here for Akari, the blockers of F2 are actually already onto her, so might also be good to change things for a bit.
Second block for Maraño already. And it's a slim 2-point cushion here for the Cargo Movers. 23 serving 21. Kneeling set for Cobb. That's dug up by Galang. Here comes Pablo off the block. Pineda, they go back to Santiago Manabat. Cross court, oh, beautiful shot.
That was a very intelligent shot from Dindin. Not the strongest, but she knew where to bring it. Let's take a look at that very sharp cross-court angle.
That may be an angle only a 6'2" or taller player can actually pull off.
Well, her height does help.
She's already in double digits after scoring 17 in their first game. She already has 10 here in the opening set. Cobb and Pineda saving it. Pablo. And that's going to be 2 set points for the Cargo Movers. Jesma Ramos checking back in. Second time here in the opening set. She didn't play in their first game. Serving for the set, Maraño. Cobb, Maraguinot. Fajardo, back to Pablo. Yes, that's it! Myla Pablo with her third point.
That goes off the hands of Michelle Cobb.
An even distribution for the Cargo Movers. Maraño with 4. Also 4 points for Kim D. Pablo with 3. And the Cargo Movers win in the first set, 25-22 against the Chargers. (25-22) Cargo Movers over the Chargers in a 33-minute opening set. One player in double digits already, and that's Santiago Manabat for the Chargers. She has 10.
Well, it has been an exciting first set, and we, of course, never expected anything less. A lot of good defense and long rallies that we've seen, especially in the first half. But it didn't start off very well, you know, those back-to-back service errors. And Akari was not able to keep the momentum at the service line just yet here in set number 1. But you know, F2 has been really varying their attacks, making sure that the defense of Akari keeps guessing and moving around, you know, just to keep them out of their position. It has worked well for F2, but Dindin Manabat, Santiago has been giving F2 also a run for their money.
Yeah.
So far, she has been the more consistent one here for Akari. As we take a look at the numbers, Akari, interestingly, has more attack points, and we've seen how many of that care of Dindin. But F2 did better at the net with the 3 blocks. But it has been the errors that really hurt Akari. 11 errors and only 4 was committed by F2. So F2 has been very careful about the errors, which has mostly been at the service line.
Yeah.
But Akari has been committing, you know, errors here and there. They've had errors at the service line. You had net violation errors. So these are the things that they definitely need to work on here in set number 2 if they want to keep this close.
Well, Coach De Brito giving out instructions. Of course, Santiago Manabat listening intently. She has 10 points already. But you were pointing out the errors, 11 already for the Chargers. They had 23 in their loss against the Flying Titans. So this is a big number. This is almost half of a 3-set loss.
That's right.
So they have to keep that thing down here in the second set. Meantime, D with 4 points along with Maraño and Pablo with 3. They are the leading scorers of the Cargo Movers. Wasn't a very decisive win in the opening set. So obviously it's anybody's
Yes,
set number 2.
of course, that's right. And you know, when we saw the numbers, we can really see that Akari actually has the advantage because they had more attack points as compared to F2.
And can you imagine if the errors of the Chargers were maybe just half?
Right.
They definitely would have probably gotten the W in the first set because they gave up 11 points.
That's true, that's true. And
and they only lost by 3.
That's right. And they actually led at a certain point here in the first set.
So here we go at the Phil Sports Arena, Pasig City. Second set just about to get underway. Oh, we'd like to greet our executive producer. A happy birthday, Tita Malu Neri.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. No wonder I didn't see her at the prod room celebrating, obviously.
Of course. But she's probably watching somewhere also.
For sure, for sure. As we know, she loves, aside from the fact that she loves the game, you know, she really takes care of everything, even in her downtime, makes sure everything's in order. First kill block for Ivy Laksina gets us the first point of the Cargo Movers here in the second set. 18 excellent sets for Kim Fajardo in the 5-set win. And how good was that? You know, that match against the high-speed hitters.
Well, I'm sure that it had everybody at the edge of her seats, you know, because people were actually expecting already F2 to get that, you know, up by 2, and then suddenly high-speed hitters just turned tables around and got the third and fourth set.
And that third set was a 25-14 win as well. So, as you see, Genesis here with the kill for the Chargers. 1-all, set number 2.
Good start here for Akari. So again, what's important here for Akari is that they just have to make sure they minimize their errors.
Great dig from Marciano. Santiago Manabat with a push. Makandili! Just not high enough for a good second touch.
Good save from Makandili, but really got to commend Santiago Manabat's, you know, volleyball IQ. She has varied her attack so much that it keeps F2 guessing.
So the Chargers leading by 1.
Good serve.
D with the tip, kept alive by Makaslang. Chance ball for the Cargo Movers. Here comes D again. Cobb to Genesis with a push. Fajardo picking it up. Makandili with a second touch. D again, third touch for her. Third time lucky.
And the resilience of Kim D.
Both teams exchanging blows to start off the second set. Good pass by Genesis. Genesis gets it back off speed. Really smart hits by both teams. One-handed set there. Oh, Cobb with a beautiful delivery as we set it courtside and check in with Franny Reyes.
Though they didn't take the first set, the Akari Chargers kept it close, and Dindin Santiago Manabat was a huge reason for that. Her scoring output plus veteran experience serves as a calming force and reassurance for the rest to play their game. As their confidence goes up with Dindin's help, we can expect better connection and composure to lessen their errors. Trust that the Akari Chargers won't back down without a fight.
Well, Laksina knocked it in. Both teams really with their best foot forward here in set number 2. And just like what Franny said, you know, nobody backing down here. So far, both teams looking evenly matched.
Well, if we look at the team skills ranking, these teams are actually almost just like right beside each other in most of the rankings, especially the non-scoring skills. Akari has a slight advantage in attacking, surprisingly, in attacking and serving.
There's a challenge here. The call was a point, a block touch versus the Cargo Movers, and a point for the Chargers. But Coach Diego is challenging this one, a block touch, so it's going to go under review. Very important point. Players immediately were signaling we didn't touch it, players of Coach Diego, so that prompted the coaching staff to raise the card. Both teams with 2 challenges per set. If you are unsuccessful, you lose a challenge. If you're successful, you keep it until the end of the set. It doesn't carry over. Officials taking a while to check this one out. And finally, here it is. Ooh, that's close. There was no block touch, so challenge successful for the Cargo Movers. Coach Diego looking pretty proud. She made the right decision.
And that brings them up by 1 for serving 3.
Nice pass by Bang Pineda. Pablo with the dig. Maraño, nice save by Madrigal. Here's Genesis again. Fajardo goes to Galang. Has seen very limited touches so far. Marciano has been quiet today. D. Good floor defense by both teams. Oh, not that time, Santiago Manabat. That's going to be point number 12.
Very consistent game being played by Santiago Manabat.
So far, not much help for Santiago Manabat, but no problem yet. Genesis is the second leading scorer, and she only has 3 points off 3 attacks. Oh, nice serve. Make that 4 points. 3 attacks and 1 ace. And now the Chargers take the lead on top. 5-4. After this one crawls over the net cord. Genesis out of Laguna. Fajardo to Galang. Blocked by Madrigal, who's been playing great defense at the net. That's not coming back. D will score.
Good cross-court hit by Kim D.
Six points now for Kim D. And coming off a 17-point performance, she is ranked 10th in scoring early in this All-Filipino conference. 5-all, second set. Good pass. Marciano. What coverage by Pineda, and an easy put away. Madrigal doing great defense and offense at the net.
That's right, and that's what Akari needs more here. It started off with this good coverage from Pineda. Good put away there from Akari.
Madrigal, 23 years old, stands 5'11". So that height advantage, obviously a big factor when she plays at the net. Chargers up by 1. Make that work tied off an attack error by Genesis.
A little frustration there from Genesis.
Both teams just trading points here in the second set. Nobody getting any form of control. Makaslang is rejected. And the Cargo Movers inch ahead by 1.
Good read from F2.
Service.
One big improvement for both teams. As I was just about to say no service errors, there's Galang throwing it away. And you already knew what I was going to say, huh? You were laughing even before I finished my sentence.
So we knew the ball was going to sail away, so you just jinxed that one.
I was, wow, 7-all. Again, no momentum being formed by any team because they're just, again, swapping points or committing errors. 6 excellent sets for Cobb. As the starting setter today, Jaja Maraginot coming off the bench. Pablo dug up by Genesis. That hit the antenna from Santiago Manabat.
Point goes to F2.
It's just a 1-point advantage. Take a look here. Pretty clear, the antenna swinging as the ball crossed. First technical timeout, Cargo Movers on top by 1 against the Chargers. Second set. 'Back here at the Phil Sports Arena. Excited to see Dindin to lead the Akari, go for the win. Akari Chargers.
And we have from Alex the Joker 21, go F2. Iba talaga pag magaling ang player. Myla Pablo has fit in effortlessly, and with Chang Api's leadership, champion na ulit yan. Last, from Jay's Battle of the DLSU setter. You know, sometimes you always wonder how it feels like playing against your former team. Yeah. So in the case of Michelle Cobb, of course, she's playing most of the seniors. You know, her seniors, her ates.
Right. 2-point advantage now for the Cargo Movers. 9 serving 7. Two-time UAAP MVP Maraño. Santiago Manabat. Maraño picking it up. Laxina will play center. She got pushed into that position by Fajardo. Santiago Manabat again. Down the line, Galang with a dig. Kim D into the net.
Lucky break for Akari.
There's Coach Diego. Just 2 attack errors for the Cargo Movers all throughout the match so far.
So they have been pretty consistent with their attacking.
Oh, nice set. 0 tempo there for Laxina. But the ball is still alive. Pancake saved by D. Pablo, underhand set. Here we go. What does Cobb do? Makaslang. That's slightly touched by Laxina at the net. Pablo again. A tip. Cobb picking it up. Makaslang will play setter. Santiago Manabat cross court. Fajardo. Pablo. That's way outside.
Good defense on the side of Akari.
Well, back-to-back attack errors for the Cargo Movers. 1 from D, 1 from Fajardo, and we're tied at 9. There's the bench. Mantilla, Soyud, Raagas. Raagas was a big part of the starting lineup of the Chargers in the reinforced conference. As we see an ace there, but right now she's coming off the bench. Marciano puts the Chargers on top by 1.
Excellent serve by Marciano. That's a second service ace for Akari.
Marciano with 3. Oh, Laxina. Laxina coming off a 9-point performance in the win against the high-speed hitters.
And Laxina really maximizing her height advantage.
4 points already for Laxina. And again, you see Dina Wong checking out the action here at the Phil Sports Arena. Cobb Santiago Manabat, there's a net touch.
Din confesses to that.
Easy call there for the officials. Cargo Movers back on top. And again, nobody taking control of this set. No momentum being formed by either team. Underhand set to Genesis. Genesis pushes it. Fajardo with a dig. Macandili sets it up for D. Marciano a sliding dig. Santiago Manabat fires one in. That's dug up by Galang. D gets it back. Both teams, excellent floor defense. Genesis rises. Macandili, there's a net touch going to be called against the Cargo Movers.
For the points being earned through errors here in this the last few sequences. So back-to-back violation, net violation errors.
Big question here is who's gonna get a run, a series of points. That's who's gonna control this set. 11-all. Makaslang with a serve. Nice pass by Macandili. Pablo, yes. Myla Pablo with her 4th point. And the reason Myla Pablo, when asked why she moved teams, she's seeking growth. That's why she decided to sign with the Chargers in the offseason. Single lady block by Laxina against Madrigal.
Good read from Laxina.
Surprisingly, this is the biggest lead of the Cargo Movers. 2 points. That's how close this second set has been. Santiago Manabat, Fajardo underhand set. They go back to Kim D. That is just outside.
They were calling for the touch from the blockers.
And I like how Coach Diego easily obliges her players.
That's right.
They make a signal and she automatically says, okay, let's challenge. They were successful earlier.
But Effa seemed convinced about the net touch. The block touch rather. Yeah.
All right. We'll see here who among the blockers of the Cargo or the Chargers touched that attack by Kim D. Cargo Movers up 1-0 after winning the first 25-22. It was a close one. That they had plus 11 points there, courtesy of the errors by the Chargers. There's no block touch, as per the official review, so challenge unsuccessful for Coach Diego. So the point awarded to the Chargers, it's a 1-point game.
Challenge is unsuccessful.
Take a look at the numbers of Santiago Manabat, already in double digits for just early here in the second set. Ooh, that's just maybe an inch too high for Laxina.
Rare miscue on the side of F2.
Just like that, the 2-point lead of the Cargo Movers gone. We're tied at 13. Maraginot sisters both saw action off the bench today in set number 1. 13-all. Ooh. And it's just been errors. One attack error.
Right.
Well, it wasn't even an attack. It was the ball wasn't touched by Laxina, and this one a service error by Santiago Manabat, and gives the lead back to the Cargo Movers. Good pass. Battle at the net, won by Chang Abi. Oh, what a save by Maraño. Chance ball here for the Chargers. Yes! Madrigal knocks it in.
Good play from Akari.
Game is tied 14. So far, a lot less errors for the Chargers here in this set. Only 4 errors. Make that 5 errors as Maraño is blocked. Marciano, one-handed dig for Pablo. Pablo getting up and she gets it back. D, cross-court, dug up by Santiago Manabat. Kim D gets it again. Yes!
This time it makes it to the line. I love the defense being shown by both of these teams.
So Kim D with 7. And it's back to a 1-point lead for the Cargo Movers. Marciano easily dug up by Galang. Bang Pineda with a dig. Here comes Santiago Manabat. Gets it through the double block. And we're tied at 15. What a seesaw battle here in set number 2.
Well, if the match goes on like this could really be anybody's game.
13 points already for Santiago Manabat. Off 12 attacks and 1 block. How efficient has she been today? Galang through the Pakaslang block. And it's a 1-point lead for the Cargo Movers, sending us to our second technical timeout here in set number 2. Bingo Plus, the first live streaming bingo in the Philippines. What a battle here in set number 2. I mean, biggest lead 2 points. Several deadlocks, a lot of lead changes.
And, you know, I like how this game is becoming very interesting because the first set, you know, it was like both of these teams were still trying to get the groove together or the movement together. But set number 2, it seems like, you know, both of them has already found their footing.
Nice tip. Beautiful shot by Janine Marciano, the former Lioness from San Beda. 16 all, 14 deadlocks, 6 lead changes. That's how close.
And that's just in set 2.
Set 2.
Set 2 only. We're just talking about set 2.
It was pretty close as well. In set, again, it was a 3-point win for the Cargo Movers. What a battle. What a set. What a match. Cobb, great serve, but a better receive there by Galang. 1-2 play for Fajardo.
Smart move from Fajardo. Was not for Akari expecting that.
2 points already for Fajardo after not scoring in their first game. Wait a minute. There's an overreach.
Overreaching, yes, from Michelle Cobb.
Again, the passing questionable for the Chargers, Ivy.
Well, they have struggled with that, and more especially so in set number 1. Let's take a look at that once again.
So timeout here for Coach De Brito. We'll listen in.
Okay. Okay. Just Hey, but also don't be late there because the Bosch is the only one, so you can also spike play. Transition, let's go again. Okay, do the side out easy here. It will be B. You'll be B. You have to run and put the pass ball, okay? Not A. They are not for A. They go for B.
Okay, let's go, let's go. Hey, Akari!
Chargers!
A very specific play being called out there by the head coach.
There's team manager, Akari team manager, Mozi Ravena. But I have a question about the Chargers. I know who to I know who to message.
Yes.
Santiago Manabat through the double block. There was an over receive by D. Laxina puts it away. This is now the biggest lead of the Cargo Movers at 3 points.
Take a look at that last attack once again. Well, that quick was just too quick for Akari.
Laxina now with 6 points. Remember, she came off a 9-point performance. This is Mr. Efren Uy, the CEO of F2 Logistics. Service error there by Maraño.
That's the second for F2 here in this set.
And the first service error for Abby Maraño. Back to a 2-point game. Marciano, pretty quiet today. Only with 4 points after a 12-point performance. What a dig by Cobb. Marciano pushing it from the back row. Macandili will set it up. Take a look at who sends it over. Fajardo. Nice pass off a combination play. Pablo puts it away.
Excellent play from F2. And more or less you can see by the time that set left the hands of Kim Fajardo, it will be a point for F2. No blockers going up against Myla Pablo.
Pablo already with 6 points. 3-point game. Santiago Manabat. Wow, another off speed. She's really been changing it up.
That really keeps F2 guessing what kind of attack Din would be giving.
14 points already for her. As we see Erica Raagas check in for the first time today. Raagas did not play against the Flying Titans. Meantime, Critch Makaslang serving. Chargers down by 2. Pablo, yes!
Another excellent hit there from Myla Pablo.
And a great strategy to send it to the server, who was just returning. That's why Critch Makaslang, as you take a look here, was not able to get to it. 7 points for Pablo already. And take a look who's checking in for the first time today. Cha Behag, only 3 points in the 5-set win against the high-speed hitters. Did not play in the first set and second set. Played in the third and started in the 4th and 5th set. Great serve. Raagas attacks. Dug up by Behag. D, cross court. Great defense. A little zero tempo play for Madrigal. Kim D attacks again. Yes!
Good run we're having here for F2.
Kim D with 8 points already. All from attacks as Genesis returns. And Raagas will sit back down. Cha Behag, 4-year absence, 4-year break from volleyball.
But doesn't seem like it.
Yep. Oof. Poor receive, poor pass. And that forces Coach De Brito to call his final timeout. They are down by 5. This is the biggest lead of the Cargo Movers.
Receive, high, play, double stuff. You order now that who's in front. Okay, I know the ball. Genesis again here, okay? So forget to put the beat, but you have to play, guys. please. You have to play. Let's go. Let's go.
Well, most of the instructions was for Cobb.
But definitely, of course, the coach is looking for something for Akari. He keeps saying they have to play.
23-18 is the score. Distance. At this service,
2 points away from the win here in set number 2. Cargo Movers, 23, serving 18. Santiago Manabat, that's dug up by Fajardo. Here comes D again. Blocked. Galang, picked up by Pineda. Santiago Manabat gets it to bounce off the net cord. Galang again, blocked. Yes! A point for the Chargers. That's
Once again, that's another good rally that we're having.
15 points already for Santiago Manabat as she gets a rest along with Cobb and Maraguinot. Jaja Maraguinot and Eli Soyud come back in for the Chargers.
And Akari is keeping their front line full. So 3 attackers for Akari.
Jaja Maraguinot, serve for Akari Chargers.
Nice serve by Maraguinot. Galang again. Pineda pops it up. Back row for Marciano. Yes!
Marciano from the back.
It's now a little 2-point run for the Chargers, forcing Coach Diego to call her first time out.
Over-anticipate ka. Tama si Ate Dondon. Nag-over-anticipate. So, kailangan magbasa muna. Mag-intay lang. Hindi sobrang lakas. Mag-intay lang kayo. Hindi, tama na yung pagbabasa. Pag pinapagalan na yung kamay. Okay. So, kailangan na natin kunin. Hindi pwede mag-intay na dumikit. Hindi kailangan ng challenge para manalo. Kailangan tapusin agad. Okay?
F2!
Timeout, not really much about the plays, but really, you know, a reminder how to read the opponent.
Right. More defense
Right.
than anything. Well, Coach Diego was a former libero for DLSU, so she knows a thing or two about defending.
And I think you see that Akari also has been varying their attacks as well. And especially if you have Dinden at the front line, you really have to know and read so you know how to defend.
3-point game. Maraguinot pops it up. Here comes Genesis on the attack. Through the double block. Yes, this is a 3-0 run by the Chargers.
Good effort being put in here by Akari. You really have to commend, you know, the fighting spirit that the Chargers have.
Genesis already with 5 points. Remember, she only scored 4 in that 3-set loss against the Flying Titans. Another great serve. Laksina. Again, great defense by Maraguinot. Genesis. Makandili sends it to Galang. Pineda with a pass. Genesis again. Galang again. Great exchange. Back row, Marciano. Behag keeping it alive. Chance ball here. Oh, that was sent long, actually, by Pineda, and it turned out to be the right shot. And now a 4-point run by the Chargers, and they are within 1.
So this is a free ball given by D. Pineda brings it back. There's a miscalculation on the part of Aragalang.
Chance to tie on the Jaja Maraguinot serve here, 22 serving 23. Galang through the double block, but Soyud was there. A push from Genesis. Kim D. Genesis keeping it alive. Madrigal got a little too eager on the second ball, and that puts Cargo Movers at 2 set points.
So the ball was a bit too low already.
Substitution after the distance. Three out, 19.
Jesma Ramos coming in for the second time in this game. She did not play in their first match of the All-Filipino Conference. Serving for the set. Nice serve, but a better receive from Bang Pineda. Marciano with a push. Kim D keeping it alive. There's Galang sending it over. Soyud, former lady spiker, saves one set point.
Good run from Akari. We can see what Akari can do for as long as they have a good first ball.
One more set point needs to be saved. Trisha Genesis with a serve. Ooh, beautiful serve. A great combination play. Kim D puts it away. Kim D with 9 points. And another close win by the Cargo Movers.
Oh, what a set there, Rick.
Yeah. What a pass as well from Behag. And Fajardo knew what to do with it. So after a 3-point win in the opening set, a 2-point win in the second set, Cargo Movers up 2-0 against the Chargers. Cargo Movers up 2 sets against the Chargers. And another pretty tight one. 33 minutes in the first set, 36 minutes in the second set as we check the highlights. And we were talking about this all throughout the second set, Ivy. I mean, no team really taking control, momentum because of errors, attack errors, a few service errors, and they were just exchanging points for majority of the second set.
That's right. And you know, we've said that it can be anybody's set, it can be anybody's match. And set 2, definitely a better performance for both of these teams. You can see how much they wanted to keep the game in control, not allowing the opponent to lead as much. But just toward the end stretch, still very tight. You know, but so F2 managed to get this win. And take a look at the numbers. Both are equal footing when it comes to attacks. But F2 did better in the defending the net with 4 block points. Akari this time around had better chances there in the service line with 2 service aces. Both teams, well, you can say probably they managed their errors better, but you know, the very, very close second set.
But you got to commend the Chargers bringing down the number of errors.
Right.
It was 11 in the first set. Much better performance here. And the serving as well. They get 2 aces in the second set. Well, for Coach Diego, any adjustments that need to be made so they can be more in control here in the third set, Ivy?
Well, you know, Akari has actually had several points of drop balls in set number 2. And that's where you know, F2 seem to struggle a little bit. You know, they're pretty fine when it comes to hard hits, but you know, when Akari starts giving out his drop shots, and that's where F2 sort of has a problem.
How about the Chargers? They're down and in a must-win situation here in set number 3. As you take a look at former lady spiker Mitch Datuin on your screens.
They're probably giving instructions. But you know, for Akari, played a solid second set. And I think, if they just continue on with this kind of movement and momentum, then definitely they would give F2 a bit more of a challenge here in set number 3. But again, we talk about errors. Yes, it's good that they were able to minimize that in set number 2, but there's always this question on when these errors are committed. Towards the last stretch, really cannot afford to commit those unforced errors.
All right, well, set number 3 just about to get underway right here at the Phil Sports Arena. Final game of your Saturday doubleheader. Earlier today, the crossovers winning in 4 sets against the energy drink Lady Troopers. Just to give you a little update right before we get things going. The Chargers still looking for their first set win in the All-Filipino Conference. Remember, they dropped all 3 sets against the Flying Titans. Meantime, Cargo Movers looking for their first sweep after going through 5 sets against the high-speed hitters in that first win. Kim D starts things off in the 3rd set, getting her 10th point. She is the first player in double digits for the Cargo Movers.
Good start here for F2.
Team captain, Abby Maranta.
Genesis Maraño with a dig. Pablo blocked. Quiet evening for Myla Pablo.
Good block from Makaslang.
That's the first block for Critch Makaslang in the game. One all. Fajardo back to Pablo. They want to get her going. 8 points for Myla Pablo, a far cry from 21 in their opening game of the conference.
Well, Kim Fajardo has been doing a good job distributing the ball, all the attackers for F2.
Genesis, that's way outside. 4th attack error for Trisha Genesis. An early 3-1 lead for the Cargo Movers. Let's check in with Franny Reyes.
Akari to get way too close for comfort in those first 2 sets. They started off strong, but they couldn't maintain it. And when I talked to Kim Fajardo before the game, they told me that they can't relax at any point against anyone in the PVL. They need to stay consistent. Now, Kim also talked about getting back into rhythm with the F2 Logistics Cargo Movers. Kim told me that the key is grit and eagerness, and I'm sure F2 is more than eager to end the game where it's at right now.
Right now, they have a 2-0 advantage as you see Marciano knock it in from the back row. Janine Marciano with 6 in the game. Santiago Manabat serving. She has 15. And that's going to be a service ace. Her first service ace. She has 16 points already. And to recall, she's coming off a 17-point performance, so back-to-back terrific games for Santiago Manabat as Pablo attacks. Cobb will send it to Genesis. That's just short on the push.
Well, she had the right thing in mind, but just lacked Bit of more push on that last hit.
So after a 3-point run, the Chargers cough up a point, and we're tied at 4. Madrigal sends it over. A little push there from Kim D, and she scores again. Cargo Movers up by 1. A rather slow start to the third set. 5 serving 4. Good pass. Kim D. That's back-to-back points for her. She now has 12.
Again, Akari would need a tighter blocking. A lot of spaces for the attackers of F2.
Service error.
Second for F2 in this set.
And the first one for Myla Pablo. It's a 1-point game. Both teams with errors that have been killing their momentum to start off this third set. Genesis has been serving so well in this match. Kim D. Genesis with a dig. Santiago Manabat. Pablo with a pass. Macandili will set it up to Kim D again. She has the hot hand. Cobb goes to Marciano, rejected, and it falls in. Laxina with a kill block.
Very well read by Laxina.
Third block for Ivy Laxina, who had 2 blocks in their first game. 2-point cushion for the Cargo Movers. Bad pass from Bang Pineda. Marciano down the line, picked up by Fajardo. Kim D. Block. Fajardo again for the dig. Galang. Cobb, 1-2 play. Pancake saved by Laxina. Cobb sends it to Madrigal, dug up by Pablo. Kim D with a push, nobody there. Kim D, 13 points already. And that sends us to our first technical timeout. 3-point lead for the Cargo Movers against the Chargers. Three points, the biggest lead of the Cargo Movers here in set number 3. But they do have a 2-0 advantage. Ray Behag, the husband, of course, of Cha. There's Cha Behag on your screens. Pass too strong. Error for Bang Pineda, and now the biggest lead again of Cargo Movers at 4 points.
Substitution, Akari Chargers. 16 out, 8 Maragino.
Nelly Soyut, Jaja Maragino check back in. Coach De Brito looking for a combination that'll work. He obviously doesn't like what's going on the floor, Ivy.
That's right. F2 is really getting on the momentum here. It's 9 serving 5. Ivy Laxina getting ready to serve.
Chargers can't afford to fall behind any further. Marciano, ooh. And just as I say that, they fall further down and are now in a 5-point hole.
And this lead by F2, you know, part of it is because of the errors that's being committed by Akari.
4 errors for the Chargers in this set alone. Meantime, the Cargo Movers, perfect so far, at least in this set. Nice pass by Pineda. Here comes Marciano, blocked easily by Galang at the net. Now 6-point advantage for the Cargo Movers.
Well, that set was a bit too close to the net for Marciano.
5-point run for the Cargo Movers. And Coach De Brito calls his first timeout.
Okay. Well, 5 is too much. Let's go to don't need to pass. But if it's okay, just use the plus booster once and go. Receive first, let them play. Let's go. Okay?
Let's go!
Coach De Brito not only has Olympic experience, he has Olympic gold. Won the gold in '92 as a member of the national team of Brazil. But right now, his team down by 6. And Ivy Lacsina and the rest of the Cargo Movers on a 5-point run.
11-5 is the score. Favor Logistics.
What are the Cargo Movers doing right so far, Ivy, here in the third set?
Well, first of all, they have been avoiding the errors, and that has definitely helped them with their cause. But they've also been receiving and defending very well. So that's really an added for a bonus for F2.
Here's Eli Soyud with a kill. Soyud scoring 1 point in that 3-set loss against the Flying Titans today with 2 points already. Marciano with 6. Oh, there's a rotation error here for the Chargers. I mean, if anything can go wrong, it will for the Chargers. And Coach De Brito quite unhappy with the development.
I think that has been pointed out by the coaching staff of F2. They have noticed the rotation error in the side of Akari.
Assistant coach Benson Bokbok pointing it out. So the second referee sorting it out, Giovanni Paulo Vargas. Even Jeffrey Barrientos, the first referee, now telling some of the players where they should have been. Kim D waiting for the whistle. It's not going to come anytime soon, as both referees still sorting it out with the Chargers. And everything seems to be in order. A 12-6 lead for the Cargo Movers. Now for the Chargers, Ivy, what do they need to do here in the third set to extend this match?
Well, first, I think they really have to get their confidence back. So I think they got a bit disoriented, you know, especially during that last sequence. But you know, they have what it takes, and they have shown that they can actually give F2 a run for their money. So I think it's really more of the consistency in the side of Akari. We've seen how well they played in set number 2.
Yeah.
And they've led, you know, in several occasions as well. So it's, again, you know, it's like an on and off thing here for Akari.
Eli Soyud has the last 2 points of the Chargers, but she gives one up. Lead is back to 6 again for the Cargo Movers. Galang with 3 points. That's the amount of points she also scored in their first game. Makaslang. That was an opening. in the back line of the Cargo Movers defense, but Makas lang missed it.
And too much errors plaguing now Akari.
This is now the biggest lead of the Cargo Movers at 7. 14 serving 7. Marciano. Makandili was right there. Pablo on the attack. Galang will set it up for Kim D. Soyud with a push. Oh, what a diving save for Makandili. Pablo attacks and scores. You gotta credit half that point to Ton Makandili.
Oh yes, beautiful dive from Makandili. Take a look at that once again.
I mean, you see liberos do that a lot, but not as gracefully as Don
Actually,
Makandili
I was
does
about
it.
to say that as well.
Right?
You know, she does it with so much grace.
1-2 play for Maraguinot, saved by Makandili. A chance ball for the Chargers. Soyud. D with a dig. Maraño. Genesis, great defense from the back row. Soyud again. Oh, great floor defense by both teams. Pablo with the tip. Marciano. Blocked by Maraño. Battle at the net, won by Maraño, but the rally's still alive. Genesis back row. Oh, almost a great save for Maraño. The Chargers get the point.
Good defense and good sequence for both of these teams. Akari putting a lot of drop hits or drop shots.
Still a 7-point advantage for the Cargo Movers. Oh, Pablo right on top of the ball, but great defense by the Chargers. A push, another diving save by Makandili. Pablo again, blocked. Pablo with the up. Makandili back to Pablo. Off the tape of the net. Maraguinot. Elisoyud, no blockers. Galang with the dig. Maraño. Yes!
Nobody at the back end of the defense for Akari.
The Cargo Movers double the output of the Chargers as we hit our second technical timeout. Back here at the Phil Sports Arena, Pasig City, where Cargo Movers in control. This is the biggest lead of the match, actually.
That's right. And, you know, I mean, I'll be brave enough to say this, but, you know, F2's really playing with so much confidence, and you feel a different energy in the side of the court of F2 as compared to that of Akari.
Chargers are in a bit of a hole here, and they must dig themselves out if they want to get their first win of the All-Filipino Conference. Marciano. Pablo. Cross court. Nope. Substitution for the Chargers. There's Don Makandili playing great defense as per usual. Cam Victoria is in the game for the second time. This time, though, not to serve. She is in front. Nine serving 16. 7-point deficit. Pablo. Dug up by Marciano. Genesis. Galang was right there. Pablo again. D with a push. Yes!
And that has been the difficulty of Akari's defense. You know, when F2 goes for the drop ball, they just cannot seem to read it as well. A bit of a communication problem on who's supposed to get the drop hits.
Biggest lead at 8 points now for Laksina and the Cargo Movers. Oh, Elaine Casilag is in the game, by the way, for the first time as Laksina sends it outside.
Very tall front line here for F2.
Take a look at the numbers. Don Macandili. A great pass by Casilag. She gets it back. Casilag with a kill. Elaine Casilag coming off a 4-point performance in their first game.
Substitution, Akari Chargers to out 15,
Chiara Permentilla checking in for the first time in the match.
Serving for F2 Logistics.
Casilag, a former crossover. Great serve. Soyud with a tip. Macandili right there. Fajardo sets it up for Galang. Pineda with the up. Gonna be a chance ball for the Cargo Movers. And Laksina redeems herself and scores. This is now a 9-point advantage.
Good combination there. Laksina with that to the point for F2.
Biggest lead for the Cargo Movers. D with the push. Marciano with the dig. Maraguinot sets it up for Permentilla. Her first touch, and it's good. Chiara Permentilla looking good after an ACL injury in 2019. This is her first time to see action, by the way. She did not play in the loss against the Flying Titans.
Chiara Permentilla, serving for Akari Chargers.
Galang on a combination play. He did not cross the net. Galang will sit down. Chabehag is back in the game.
Service.
12 serving 19. A long climb here for the Chargers. Kim D. Pineda. Would have been a nice one-handed set for Maraguinot, but there was no contact from Victoria.
No connection right there.
There's going to be a challenge, though, by Chargers. A card raised by assistant coach Miguel Norman. Well, right now the Chargers need every point they can get.
That's right.
Only one player in double digits for the Chargers. We talked about how they need more production from a number of players. Santiago Manabat with 16. Closest would be Genesis with 6 and Marciano with 6. And it's clearly not enough in this scenario. Two players were in double digits in their last game, Marciano and Santiago Manabat, 17 and 12 respectively. All right, here's the review. And it seems like it's a successful challenge.
So there was a net touch.
Kim D, the culprit. So it's a point awarded to the Chargers off a successful challenge. They were down by 10 earlier. Now they're within 6. But it's still an uphill battle for Permentilla and the rest of the Chargers here in the third set. Kim D. Blocked!
No coverage on the side of F2.
Well, this is a 4-0 run for the Chargers, anchored on both offense and defense, and that forces Coach Diego to call a timeout. We'll listen to the Cargo Movers.
Hindi pwede bumabagsak yung bola sa floor. Hindi pwede, hindi na kailangan ng challenge para matapos yung game. Tapusin nyo na yan. Pag nag-20 kayo, diretso na yan. Kaso ayaw ko na yung next point eh. Ay, pasa naman tayo. Okay, okay tayo ha?
F2! Mas gusto, mas gusto.
Oh, Coach Diego was pointing out as you take a look at Carmel Wu out of Dumaguete, a wife of Raymark Wu, who plays for the DLSU Spikers. Coach Diego is saying, let's not allow that challenge to get us off track.
Right.
Again, the Chargers on a 4-0 run here. Not a good pass for Behag. She gets it back. Nice flick of the wrist, but a good dig from Pineda. Down the line, Marciano makes it a 5-point run.
Good run here by Akari. And good down the line hit there by Janine Marciano.
Marciano with 8. The run continues for the Chargers. Just looked like it was just on the line, but it was just outside. There's going to be a challenge. Yeah.
You gotta try everything you can.
Because that was a close one. Ball in, ball out challenge. Assistant coach Norman Miguel. They were successful in their first challenge. They still have a couple remaining. So let's see if they're right again this time. Oh, yes, it is. It is in. It looked close. In fact, it was on the line, and the challenge is successful. The run continues. This is now a 6-0 run. Make that a 7-0 run for the Chargers. And they are within 3 after being down by 10. D with a power tip. Soyud unable to give a good pass, and that ends the run of the Chargers.
But this is good work from Akari, you know, trimming down a 10-point lead to just 4.
Manageable deficit as Jesma Ramos checks in. Ramos has not scored yet.
Jesma Ramos for the serve.
Nice pass from Permentilla. Soyud, Casilag. Fajardo sends it to Kim D. Through the double block. Back-to-back points for Kim D. And she has 16.
Kim D having a good game so far. She has been very consistent for F2.
Coach De Brito calls his final timeout. We'll listen in.
Go there. Look this in. Whatever. It's fine. Okay?
Go lang, di ba tapos? Di ba tapos na? Enjoy lang. Bigay na lahat. Wala nang mawawala sa atin. Bigay na lahat.
First, shoot on the left here. Shoot. If it's okay, shoot. Okay, shoot. High, shoot.
Hindi ka ako. Tayo.
It was a do-or-die set coming into the third, but the situation is more dire than ever for the Chargers. What do they need to do in these final points to turn this around?
Well, definitely, of course, number one on the list is not to commit any errors. You know, they've gone this far and trimmed down the lead by this much. So they can actually give a run if they want to.
And just as you said, no more errors. A really bad receive there from Gara Permentilla. And it's back to a 6-point lead for the Cargo Movers.
I was just about to say that after the errors, reception is key for Akari.
Ramos targeting Permentilla. Back-to-back aces for Jesma Ramos. This is a 7-point advantage for the Cargo Movers. Now, Permentilla is subbed out. The Genesis is back in for better reception.
Jesma Ramos serving for F2 Logistics.
Ramos living up to her position as a service specialist. Marciano. Yes!
Marciano, cross-court shot. 17-23.
Marciano now with 9 points. But this is still a 6-point deficit against the Chargers.
But still not impossible.
Yeah. But here's a very important serve from Victoria. D off a combination play. Maraguinot with the up. Victoria will set it up for Marciano, who scored the last point. That's sent over by Behag on the first touch. Soyud. Casilag with the dig. Behag will attack. That's into the net. 4 touches against the Cargo Movers. All right, so here's a challenge. My coach, Diego, she's saying there's a block touch on the attack by Behag. Cargo Movers in a good position, regardless of the outcome of this challenge. They have a 2-0 advantage, and they lead here in the third set. Looking for their second straight win and their first win in straight sets after needing 5 to beat the high-speed hitters last Tuesday.
Of course, for F2, it would be important, you know, to start off this season with back-to-back wins.
All right, here's the result of the challenge. It seems to be, nope, no block touch apparently. So unsuccessful challenge.
Challenge is unsuccessful.
So the point given to the Chargers officially, and it's back to a 5-point game.
Service Victoria.
Second serve for Cam Victoria. Better pass from Behag. Here comes D. Blocked at the net. Makandili will set it up back to Kim D. Ooh, yes! Kim D with a kill. And this is going to be 6 match points. D with 17, matching her output in the last game.
So pretty Kim D being consistent so far here for F2.
Serve for F2 Logistics.
Nice serve too. Soyud. Makantili with a dig. Maraño. Soyud again. Casilag will set it up. Behag will send it over underhand. Maraginot. Marciano. Macandili sends it over on the first touch. Inadvertently. Macandili again. What a factor she's been defensively. Casilag. Great defense from the back row by Genesis. That's outside Soyud. And that's a point. And the finish. Cargo Movers win in 3. And there will be a challenge. Initial call was outside.
But
There's a challenge.
Akari will take anything
Yeah.
at this point. You know, they can
There's-
manage to still extend this.
Nothing to lose.
That's right.
So they're saying there's a block touch on the cross-court hit by Ellie Soyud. I'm looking at Soyud. She doesn't seem so confident. Clearly out.
Outside.
There's no touch as well. So officially, the point given to the Cargo Movers and their first win in straight sets in the All-Filipino Conference. After an unsuccessful challenge by Coach De Brito and the Chargers.
Congratulations to F2 Logistics, Cargo Movers, for winning this match in 3 straight sets. 25-22, 25-23, and 25-18.
Cargo Movers win in 3 straight sets against the Chargers. Almost a little more than an hour and a half here at the Phil Sports Arena. Only one player in double digits for the Cargo Movers, Kim D. Same output again as their first game. She finished with 17 points. So take a look at how she put it together, Ivy.
But she has been very consistent since set number 1. And probably of all the attackers of F2, really had a hard time in trying to stop Kim D. So a lot of good performances for all of the players, but Kim D has definitely been a factor here for F2 in finishing the assignment in 3 sets.
Terrific performance for Kim D. Despite the lack of support from other players, right now she is with Franny Reyes.
Thanks, Eric. I am with Kiana D, 17 points. Congratulations. Now, earlier you told me your first game was 5 sets. You weren't too happy with your performance or with F2's performance. You just swept Akari, so happy ka na ba?
We still need a little bit more of adjustments. Of course, we're not like super satisfied with our game, but we will continue improving every game.
Love to hear that. Always staying hungry, wanting to improve more. Now, during this game, we saw a lot of strong starts from you guys, but your opponent was able to catch up. Can you walk us through what happens during these situations and how F2 is able to come back to close it out?
Playing against Akari, they're really a good defensive and offensive team, so it was really a good game. We just kept our composure and just talked, and kailangan tapusin na agad bago sila dumikit kasi magiging advantage sa kanila yon.
Sabi mo nga kanina, eagerness